And welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of What If Goku Landed on the Lookout and was adopted by Kami. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku had gone and stopped the Pilaf. Well, actually, he didn't stop the Pilaf gang. Gohan was already there, so he stopped the Pilaf gang. And then when the dragon ultimately came out for the Bulma's wish, the dragon actually pointed out, like, I cannot grant your wish. Because and it was my way around her just wishing someone there. But it really, the whole concept of perfection is a subjective term. What's perfect to one person isn't perfect to anyone else. So her wishing for the perfect boyfriend, Dragon can't grant that wish because how is that supposed? He can't read her mind, or I mean, in theory he could. He is very vastly powerful, but still. So ultimately, Goku came down and just wished for them to have a safe journey home, which the dragon did grant this. It's like, but you wished what? And Goku's just, it's like, oh, it's fine, and don't worry. I mean, why do you shouldn't, I mean, I don't think you should have any problem finding a boyfriend and all that, in which Bulma's like, what? And then he disappears on the carpet, and everyone's just like, what the hell just happened? So, we now cut back to Goku arriving at the lookout. Ah, Goku, you're back. Hi, Popo. Where's Kami? Right here, Goku. It's like, oh man, that was kind of fun. It's like, oh really? Yes, I watched. I was watching a little bit of it from up high. You didn't have to. You did well down there. Ensuring those people through a journey I would have a safe trip home was a very respectful wish. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get a chance to talk with them that much, but they seemed nice enough. So very well. Well, dinner is waiting. When you're ready. All right, food. And Popo and Kami just look at him. It seems good. The trips to the surface are doing well for Goku's personality, Kami. Indeed. Whereas it seems our hopes are slowly coming to fruition. Although I'm not able to intervene myself, Goku's should serve as a fine protector beyond what my jurisdiction is. Because again, there seems to be some. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kami doesn't seem to get involved except when it came to Piccolo, and I think that was because it was a personal issue. When it came to Piccolo, it was a personal issue, and even then, he only got involved with Piccolo Jr., Piccoloino. He didn't get involved with King Piccolo himself. He left that down for everyone else. So it really makes you wonder the question of what is Kami's jurisdiction exactly? What is he not capable of doing? Past Dragon Ball, going in Dragon Ball Z, all the threats were far too powerful for him to actually deal with. So that I can understand why he didn't get involved. And if he dies, then the Dragon Balls are gone too. I think that was another reason he kind of hesitated getting involved a lot of time. But now we get into the year leading up to the martial arts tournament. Now, you might be thinking, well, Goku's not going to get involved in the martial arts tournament. Not in terms of the fighting. But as Goku just stays there, continues to train, he does tend to look out a bit more into like the world, using the technique that Popo and Kami use, where basically they focus and they can view certain, they close their eyes, focus, and view certain, places and things going on in their mind. Goku's not a master of it, but he's been working on it, and, Popo will sometimes see him out there focusing and training. And just wonders, like, oh, what are you doing, young Goku? What are you doing, Goku? It's like, I'm just focusing on the world. There's so much, meeting those people was really nice, and I can't help but think, about who else is out there in the world. I mean, we've been out a lot of times, Popo, but I don't really get to talk to a lot of people, which I think would actually be true, because Popo, for all the diversity in the Dragon Ball Z world, Popo, I think, would be a very strange individual to be seen walking in a town. So I don't think Popo and Goku, while they have definitely been down to Earth, and Goku knows how like a lot of Earth works, like he does obviously understand the difference between men and women, currency, all that stuff, driving a car, he knows all this stuff. He doesn't really interact that much with people. So, and Popo's noticed this, and Kami's noticed this. Well, Goku, you're not bound to the lookout. You can go out into the world when you so choose. That's true, I can. I mean, can I borrow the magic carpet? Only if you remember to return it. And remember, fill up it. Remember to fill up it. It's 1,000 miles to the soul. What, Colin? So I was like, cool. And what are you focusing on right now? And keep in mind, this is a year later. Goku is a bit stronger now. I don't think he's like he never stopped training because Goku does have a cool itch. It realizes he has a nice knack for combat, and it does seem to be in his DNA. Obviously, we know it is. And he says, there's this thing they have called a martial arts tournament. Ah, yes, the Budokai is something that this planet's been hosting for some time now. Keep in mind, too, the Budokais, we have, I mean, it's not, I think it's the 20th something Budokai, which means, I can't remember how many years go by between each Budokai now that I think about it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 or 4? Something along those lines. How many years between martial arts tournaments? How many years between Dragon Ball martial arts tournaments? Martial arts tournaments. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, there's 3 years. Okay, it occurs. Tournament originally occurred every 5 years, which was changed to every 3 years after the 21st Boga. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me because I'm like, Roshi participated in one years ago. I'm like, wait, when? How many years is it every? And so it used to be every 5 years, which if you really do the math, by the 21st one, that would have mean it had literally been 205 years. No, not 205 years. What the hell am I talking about? 5 times 20 is 100. 105 years since the very first one. And then they did every 3 years. That actually makes complete sense. For the last century, they've been held every 5 years, Goku. So it's like, oh man, that sounds sweet. I want to check it out. And it's like, very well, just be careful. Like I said, Goku's always continuing training, so Goku's still a little stronger than he was previously, where I had put him at around 200. Goku's now probably about a year's worth of continuing training, about 250. You might not think that's a big increase, but with Dragon Ball measurements, Goku didn't grow that big. Yes, he has constant training with Kami and Popo, but Goku's barely using the pendulum room, which I had someone tell me what the name of that room was. He's barely using it just because of what the pendulum room kind of entails. And he hasn't yet to use the hyperbolic time chamber. He's aware of what it does because Popo and Kami have told him what it does. But because of that, he's very, he's aware that it probably won't be safe on him unless he's a lot stronger and has a lot more mental fortitude. Which he's very strong and capable as it is, but he's still very young, and there's still a lot of taxing issues that could be put on his body and mind. But anyway, Goku goes and he shows up and he is, watching it from the flying carpet. He's like, "Wow, this is awesome!" And he's just watching the combatants. Now, Goku is obviously not in the martial arts tournament. There's some other person there. Let's say actually he obviously decided to participate. He'd still lose, but he decides to participate. And there's also Krillin. Now this poses a very interesting question. How strong is Krillin without Goku there to challenge and push him? Well, it's a weird catch-22 kind of thing, because while Goku's not there to push him, Roshi does focus all of his time on Krillin. So I think really it evens out, because Roshi obviously does spend the entirety of his time on Krillin, which means Krillin definitely has more, time to train, more time to, focus upon what Roshi tells him. But at the same time, if Goku were there, he would have something to push himself against even further. So I think it really balances out. He's not really any stronger, but he's not really any weaker. So it balances out. But either way, he still loses to Jackie Chun, Master Roshi, who is ultimately the winner of the martial arts tournament. And, everyone says like, well, that was pretty weird, but that was a pretty good fight match. Wow, yeah. It's like, indeed, you did really well. Yes, it really does remind me of the good old days, huh, Master Roshi? It's like, indeed it does, Gohan. Yeah, that was really awesome. It's like, huh? And they just see Goku, plop down. Because Goku can fly in this, by the way. He's just using the magic carpet for instantaneous movement, pretty much. Sorry, something caught my throat. So it's like, well, hey, wait, you're that kid from the Dragon Balls. And Goku's about 13 at this point now. It's like, oh yeah, you're oh god, what was your name? I don't actually think I got your name. Oh, I'm Bulma, and this is Master Roshi, and she introduces Yamcha and all that. It's like, oh, I'm Goku. It's like, well, yeah, I remember you now. That's right, young man. You were the white boy who came from Kami. Ah, and he's the Kami. He's Kami's boy. And he senses Goku, who probably doesn't have the best grasp of hiding his energy, but can hide to some degree. So he's maybe about half it. Like he can hide maybe half it. And Roshi can sense this boy's hiding his potential. I can sense it. His power probably even supersedes mine. Now, keep in mind, Roshi's base power, we do have a number on, is around 139 in just old man Roshi base form. In terms of his actual true true power, which he can only do for short spurts because of his advanced age, Grant Super allowed him to use it for a bit longer. Because they say he'd been training, he never stopped training. Roshi's power is like 139, so Goku actually very much eclipses Roshi at his full power. Even at half power, he'd give Roshi a really good fight. Now, if Roshi goes full power, mind you, gets Goku, and Kamehameha versus Energy Blast that Goku would learn, then yeah, Roshi would still probably win that fight. But goes like, but anyway, Goku's like just talking. He's like, oh yeah, I see the wish worked out well. You got home safe. We did. Thank you for that. Who are you exactly, huh? What do you mean? Like, I mean, you just show up randomly and all that. I mean, who are you? Yes, I'm a little curious about myself. Oh. And goes like, well, I mean, it's a kind of long story. Well, why don't we get something to eat and talk about it? It's my treat. Not knowing that he's now just doomed all his prize money to Goku's stomach. I love that. I do enjoy that scene. It's like, can I have another bowl? That's all of my prize money. I like the area. So Goku got to spend the money after all. Huh. They never actually said, what was the martial arts prize money? Anyway, Dragon Ball Z Martial Arts Tournament prize money. Did I ever say how much they win? Prize money. Money. 10 million Zenny. The tournament features the Earth's strongest fighters as well as regular participants of Go Gang. Besides the title World Martial Arts Championship, the winner of the tournament receives a considerable amount of about 500,000 Zenny. They increased to 10 million Zenny as a prize. Okay, so that was later increased. 500,000 Zenny. What is the currency like? I'm sorry to just pause on this real quick. What is a Zenny? Because the Zenny is clearly the world currency. But what the hell is a Zenny in terms of like dollars to like yen to rupees or something like that? If Goku actually burned through all of Roshi's prize money, which was 500,000, what the hell is the exchange rate on that? Or did Goku literally eat what would be the equivalent to us of $500,000 worth of food? Knowing Goku, that's not impossible. But still, like, I'm sorry, or is it just that food was really pricey? I still don't. That makes there's the logic in that really is baffling. If again the world currency is a zenny, which would mean that let's just use the American dollar as an example, everything is worth the same, and this is worth about $500,000. How the hell did Goku burn through $500,000 in one sitting of food? Something doesn't add up on those numbers. Oh well. Anyway, I digress. So Goku does, and he still burns through Roshi's money, and he explains that he's actually not human. That he landed on Kami's lookout as a kid, and he was raised by Mr. Popo and Kami. Roshi and Gohan, despite Roshi not being mortified he lost all his prize money, are still actually very intrigued because they are both aware of Kami. They've never met him, but they've heard of him. They've been around a long time. But now meet someone who actually has been there, met him, all that, is raised by him. It's a very interesting concept. And, Goku does share the fact that, like, Kami's the guy who created the Dragon Balls. It's like, without him, they don't exist. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, and they're all just, like, stunned by this. Like, wow. It's like, wait, so, and then Krillin's just like, wait, so you're an alien? And I'm using young Krillin's voice here. You're an alien? It's like, yeah, at least that's what Kami Mr. Popo said. I mean, I landed in a spacecraft on the lookout. That's where my tail comes from. And then he just points up. It's like, oh, he's right. He's tail. Yep. It seems whatever I am, it seems I react to the full moon and all that. Maybe it's like, I'm kind of like a monkey. Maybe that's why I turn into an ape and during the full moon. Like, what? And everyone's just like, Meanwhile, Popo and Kami are kind of eavesdropping on the conversation because they're keeping tabs on Goku and stuff like that just to be safe. And fortunately, he's not really revealing anything that they feel is like detrimental. If anything, they get a good vibe off this group, so it's not like there's anything concerning. And truth be told, even Popo and Kami aren't going to get involved, even if he was telling. They would berate Goku later, but he's not going to get involved. Well, this has been really fun. I'd like to get, it's really cool to talk to you guys. Maybe we could talk again sometime. It's like that'd be quite swell. I mean, you say Kami and Popo train you well. Actually, I've got a little request, if you don't mind. How'd you like to spar with an old man? And say, oh, a spar? Oh, I haven't really fought against anyone. Sparred against anyone except Mr. Popo and Kami. So sure, that'd be great. And it was like, wait, Master, are you serious? Like, yes, I'm actually curious about this boy. If you don't mind, I'd like to try him out. And they both like square off. And Roshi's, like, again, Goku's only at half strength right now, so Roshi still holds the edge. Roshi also has, obviously, the much better technique, even though Goku's no Slash. They can tell as they're fighting, he's no Slash. Whoever, Miss Popo, Kami, and this Popo individual definitely know their stuff. However, they're not true martial artists in the same sense that and they don't seem to have the same, let me rephrase that. The boy's still got a ways to go. As Roshi's experience and sheer technique is still much better than Goku. So even if when Goku starts to crank up the heat a little bit, Roshi is still able to keep him at bay. It's like and basically they both clap. Goku's just guys, and Roshi kicks him in the stomach. Goku though just does a brief ki blast. That's a ki blast. It's like and Goku and Roshi just boom. Kamehameha! Boom, and they both clash. Roshi's Kamehameha definitely clashed with Goku's Ki Blast. They both explode. They're both, the dust clears. And Goku's ready, but and he's like, all right, no holding back now. No, actually, that'll be enough, young man. Is it what? What? Oh man, it was just getting fun. Indeed, but I must admit, if we go all out, I'm not quite sure who's going to win between the two of us. Wait, are you saying he's as strong as you? Oh, I'm not saying that, but the kid's tenacity is quite something. And if what you're saying is true, he turns into a great beast during the full moon, you might not want to be out and about this time. Because remember, there was a full moon that night. I was like, oh, don't worry. Even though I'm still working on controlling it completely, but I can at least recognize friend from foe now when I'm in that form. I can't really communicate very well, but I probably wouldn't be as bad. Although you're probably right. I probably shouldn't stare at the moon as he's about to log. I was like, well, no, almost did. It's like, oh, I'll tell you what, son. If you'd like a lesson every now and once in a while, stop by my island. But Master Roshi, I thought I was your early student. I never said I was taking him as a student, but if you'd like a spar every now and then, I'd be willing to give him that courtesy. Besides, Krillin, it's important that you also have stronger foes to go against. You will only grow so much by doing the same things again and again. Embrace the randomness, and stronger opponents will give you something to climb towards. And Krillin actually thinks of it as I guess you make a good point, Master Roshi. And Krillin actually formulates it. We actually haven't been formulated. I'm Krillin. I'm Goku. Thanks. From now on, you're going to be my rivals. Like, oh, okay. That sounds like fun. I guess I'll stop by. I'll let you know when I stop by then. Say, that'd be fine. Just give us a holler when you're on your way. It's like, all right, but later, guys. And he gets on the magic carpet and just disappears. It's like, my word, the kids these days. And so Kami and Mr. Popo are looking at it. Hey, Kami, hi, Popo. It's like, oh, Goku, how was your trip? Oh, it's like, don't you know? Weren't you watching? As Goku does give him a sly look. It's like, I know you guys. We don't know what you mean, Goku. I mean, I may be the guardian of the earth, but I am far too busy looking over the affairs of the planet. I can't always be keeping an eye on you, now can I? And it's like, I guess that. And Goku's still, he's always much more intelligent. He's still very naive and trusting in many ways. So it's like, I guess that's true. Well, let me tell you. And Kami and Popo are just like, despite the fact we might be raising him to be a proper guardian for this planet, but it's important that he still has a life, and he still acts like a kid. They have a smile, their adopted son, or adopted ward, I guess you should say. And so, everything, they're just laughing and having fun, and all that. But danger looms as the Red Ribbon Army make their move. and they're slowly collecting the Dragon Balls. Now, remember, Goku was off looking for the 4-star ball, his grandpa's ball. But unfortunately, Goku's not doing it. Goku's just, busy, having fun training on the lookout. He's got even more energy. But, and he's now stops by Roshi's every now and then. And I do think that he's over there when they go to take his Dragon Ball, or take Bulma's, I think, Dragon Raider. I think that's what they were looking for with that. And, he's, Roshi and Krillin are both there. And, Goku's sparring against him. And he's struggling. Like, Goku is on the back burner here. Because between Krillin and Roshi, in theory, he can beat both of them individually. But together, Roshi and Krillin are actually too much for Goku to handle. And truth be told, he'd be still hard-pressed to beat Roshi, even though he's about twice as strong as Roshi. Roshi's like, I can't let you get that far. I can't let these youngins get that far ahead of me. And even though he's fully willing to accept Tien, the next generation surpassing him. But, they're going toe-to-toe. And all of a sudden, the Red Room is freeze, old man's like, all right, well, whatever. No matter, you looking for Dragon Balls? Yeah. Doesn't look like you got any balls between you. And, I love that scene where Roshi just just snatches the bolts in midair. It's like, who are these guys? I can't say for certain, but if the logo's anything to go by, the Red Ribbon Army, huh? There's please! And Goku immediately sees that Bulma is, big. They have Bulma at, gunpoint. All right, none of you. All right, old man, you're coming with us, and you're both coming with us to stand down, or else we'll fire. And all of a sudden, there's a rush of speed, and Goku just boom. It's like, oh! It's like, what the? It's like, put her down. It's like, you don't touch her. And Bulma, even though she's still several years older than Goku, actually does have a blush. Like, this kid just came in and, like, saved her, like, boom, and, just saved her. It's like, well, thanks, Goku. It's like, no problem. It's like, you little brat. And Goku just, bypasses the gun right before he fires it. Just, bing, it's like, and then he beat the crap out of the Red Army and say, what do they want? I'm guessing they want the Dragon Balls. There's no way we can let these guys get the Dragon Balls. These guys are bad news. And so they go on the quest for the Dragon Balls again. So this time Goku in tow. To stop the Red Army. And really, it's mostly a lot of the same stuff up until, except when with the whole Colonel, it was General Blue. I think it was General Blue. General Blue does the whole freezing thing. Goku is able to very quickly is able to resist enough that he's able to blast the ceiling and cause some debris to fall. He's able to then get out of there and ultimately save his own life before General Tao comes in, kills General Blue, and then obviously it's Goku versus General Tao later on. Ultimately, though, he beats the living crap out of General Tao because he's fought leagues beyond General Tao. Don't even have to do the Korn's thing. And keep in mind, Goku's very much aware of Korn's lookout. He's met Korn. He's hung out with Korn. He actually keeps some senzu beans on him now whenever he goes out into the world because of just the dangers that now exist. So Goku is, Goku saves the day. And really, a lot of it plays out the same, except a lot cleaner, minus the power pole because he doesn't have that. And the fact that Goku can fly, too, really helps. So, they all know is like, you can fly? You wouldn't know anyone by the name of Crane, would you? It's like, no, I never met a Crane in my life. It's like, no, it's a man that, never mind. It's like, no, it's probably just a coincidence that he knows how to fly. So, that leads us honestly into the next martial arts tournament. And that is where we're actually just going to, think where's here. That is where we're going to end off for today. We're going into the next martial arts tournament with Tien, Chaozu, and, Shin. So, I believe that was the name of the Crane Schoolmaster. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want to review something, put in the comments below, let us know. I'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for win, Star Wars, Super Magic, whatever, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I will see you folks tomorrow I got a birthday win to do. I have the box office, and I've got Pokemon teams. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks later.